Guns' room was filled with a quiet tension. This room had 6 people. Kraus, Jessica, and Rudolph. And the most suspicious ones, the most servants, Genji, Kennen, and Goda, who had been forced to hole up in here. Jessica leaned against Kraus' shoulder, wrapped up in a blanket. She was drowsy, but apparently she couldn't get any sleep. It was no surprise. In this bizarre situation, it would probably take a lot longer before she could accept her mother's death. Kennen thought this was sort of time he should stay by Jessica's side. That looked like it would be hard to do in front of Rudolph's intimidating glare. Rudolph stayed completely silent. His inner emotions showed clearly in his eyes. So, without even asking, Genji, Kennen, and Goda all understood that they were under suspicion. Sometimes Goda would ask if he could help in an attempt to correct his misunderstanding. That seemed to have the opposite effect. The only good option available to him was to stay quiet so that he didn't aggravate Rudolph, and sit still at the end of the sofa. In the next room over, there was also 6 people. Erika, Hideyoshi, George, Shannon, Nanjo, and Kumasawa. The format of the room and the suffocating atmosphere were the same as the cousin's room. But even so, it was relatively calm there. George sat holding Shannon, who was hanging her head despondently the whole time. Kumasawa and Nanjo sat nervously as they listened to Hideyoshi explain the situation. We don't know how many enemies there are. However, we got guns right here. And of course, I've shot one before. I'm talking about the Hawaii Shooting Center here. I mean, long before I can confess, but I once did finally fired off one of them and activating Force's pistols. See, back then, the black market was controlled by foreign gangsters. Probably wanted to make everyone feel secure by convincing them that he could be relied upon. Hideyoshi went into his own stories everyone heard many times that got a little more extravagant each time they heard it. It didn't make them any more confident in Hideyoshi's abilities, but it did seem to calm things down a little by bringing a sense of normality in. Why has a crime like this happened? If the book can come tomorrow. That seems unlikely. It looks as though we'll be staying here for 2 nights. Now is a good time to get some sleep. I don't have the nerves to sleep soundly in a situation like this. George-sama. The pain and anger of losing his mother quietly tormented George. Sleepiness probably wouldn't be coming to him for a while. Erika suddenly clapped her hands as though she had just remembered something. Then whispered into Hideyoshi's ear, interrupting the old story, which he had grown very engrossed with. Sorry, I'm just going to go with the cousin's room for a second. There's one little thing I need to check on with the servants over there. Can't you use the phone? Doesn't even dial the room number. Oh, have you forgotten? It seems the culprit has broken the telephone lines. What's this? Are you saying? Passing a contradiction in their statements? Erika had created a strong impression with her detective-like behavior up to this point. So Hideyoshi and me assume that there's something value to do with the crime.
It'll be easy to check. Might open up a much larger scene. I'll be quick about it. Please don't let anyone leave this room.
Amber, only go next door. Sandra's going alone. Sure, do you want someone to go with you?
You cannot fully trust the servants or Nanjo-san. You're in charge of this room. George-san is needed to support you. We cannot spare anyone. Don't worry, the detective never gets attacked.
Erika already worked hard to look like a sharp, clear-headed person. Hideyoshi relaxed and agreed, thinking that just the next door and couldn't be a problem.
I'll be back in an hour. No. It's probably better if I don't wander around too much. I'll stay over there until morning. I'll be better if I wait until it gets light before I come back.
Good thinking. Be careful out there.
I'm just going to the next room over. Take good care of this room. Please don't let anyone go outside. We've already brought everything we might need into this room to ensure that there's no reason to leave.
Food, drinks, blankets, medicine, towels, tissue paper, everything. The women also had their cosmetic pouches. They spent 48 hours without being short of any physical goods. I know. No. Aren't just here to protect ourselves. We're also on the lookout for the cupboard if he's among us. I understand.
Good. Goodbye then.
Where are you going, Erika-chan? Perhaps I don't want to go outside. Oh, Erika-chan remembered something important she had to do. She got next door. Don't worry, she'll be fine. Hideyoshi suspected that Shannon might be one of the culprits. Since he also knew that Shannon and George had a special relationship, apparently thought it would be prudent to mislead George about Erika's actions and motives. Hideyoshi slowly opened the door and checked both ways on the corridor, his gun raised. That's okay. No one's there.
That's far enough. For all we know, Shannon-san might take George-san to hospital as soon as you leave the room, right? It's careless even just to show your back to them as you're doing now.
You're right. And be careful. Tell me all about it later.
Sure. Bye then.
Pushing Hideyoshi back inside, Erika closed the door. She then waited for the sound of the lock on the inside, and her smiling eyes slowly opened wide. Her description had become ruthless and intelligent. With this, Erika had managed to obtain a period of several hours, during which all suspects were sealed up and she alone was free.
Ah, finally! I can investigate to my heart's content.
その前に
But first,
後宮バトラ
issue me a battler.
フルネームで呼ぶな。
Don't use my phone name.
ここで登場人
I'm
物
making from the location of all
全員の
characters
所在確認を
present.
させてください。復唱要求です。
Repetition requested.
無論これにも答える義務はねえぜ。
Of course, I'm not obliged to respond, remember?
その場合は私が見てない
If you don't, I'll just say that someone that synced out while I wasn't looking, that this person responsible for the bizarre crimes they're sure to follow.
不思議な事件の実行者だと主張しきるだけです。不可能犯罪を見せたいならまずは所在確認に応じるべきです。
If you want to show me impossible murder, you should first confirm the locations.
いいだろう。
Sure, why not?
一応は聞いてやるぜ。
Oh, listen at least. Let me hear it.
いとこ部屋に対し隣の老
From
女
now on, let's refer to the room next to the cousin's room as the next room over.
よろしいですね。
Does that work for you?
わかりやすいな。了解した。
That's easy to remember. Got it.
それで
And?
今からする所在確認は生死を
When I check the characters' locations as I'm about to, I'm not concerned about whether they are alive or dead.
体の所在と考えてください。
Think of it as the location of their body.
そしてもちろん現時点でのことです。
And, of course, I'm referring to the current point in time.
では参ります。
Here we go.
第一の番の犠
The
牲
first 6 Twilight victims are located in the places where they were first discovered.
夏日は自室、エヴァは貴賓室、キリエはクラウスの書斎、ローザとマリアは客間で
Nachi's in the inner room, Eva's in the VIP room, Kiria is in Krause's study, and Rosa and Maria are in the parlor, and you are in the guest room.
まさかこの時点でもうこの程度
Don't tell me you're already going to decline.
いいぜ。
Don't
そ
worry.
れを認める。
Acknowledge it. First off, it was acknowledged that the victim's location was the same as the rooms that had been shown by the witch side's illusion.
グッ
Good.
と続けます。
I'll continue.
隣部屋に所在するのは秀吉、ジョージ、シャノン、熊沢、南條である。
Hideyoshi, George, Shannon, Kumasawa, and Nanjo are the next room over.
認める。
Acknowledged. The room, B1 in the room Erika had just left had been specified. There's a row of the human side to check every one of these seemingly obvious little details.
グッ
Good.
と続けます。
I'll continue.
いとこ部屋に所在するのはそれ以外の全員である。
Everyone else is in the cousin's room.
The word everyone drew a slight reaction from Battler. The intuition had built up from all of his previous games told him not to answer this one instantly.
拒否する。
I decline.
それを認めるって
Not only that would mean that Kindra's body would also have to be in the cousin's room.
いとこ部屋の中にあるって論法になっちまうからな。
失礼。
Pardon me.
金蔵はすでに存在しないことが確定していますかという言葉からは抜いて考えてくだ
I
さ
was
い。
already shown that Kinzo no longer exists, so please remove him from the word everyone.
なぜいとこ部屋だ。
Why are you using the word everyone for the cousin's room alone?
クラウス以下6人の名前を所在確認
You could just mention the names of Krause and the other 5 individually.
なぜそんなアバウト。
Why are you being so vague?
6人の名前をいちいち読み上げるのは
It'd be too much of a pain to read out all their names.
それとも何
Or is there something wrong?
全員という言葉だとかも
Does the word everyone create a problem with some trick of yours?
If Battler had been told to repeat Krause, Rudolph, Jessica, Genji, Goda, and Ken are in the cousin's room, he could probably just respond with it read without thinking too much about it. Yes, normally Erika would have mentioned the name of each person inside and had him repeat it precisely. Battler has to repeat, feeling some kind of unease because of the use of the word everyone.
私と金蔵を除き17人いるし
Including Kinzo and me, there are 17 people on the island.
6人が殺されて
Six were killed in Alani the mansion, and 5 are in the next room over.
5人がいるとなれば残る6人はいとこ部屋
Which
に
means that the remaining 6 are in the cousin's room.
これが正常な考えでしょ
This would be a normal way of thinking of things.
しかし
However,
17人いる島だから
it is extremely dangerous to assume that because there are 70 people on the island, we should have 6 and 5 and 6 in. That means we're level 0 humans whose location have not been checked.
という思い込みは大変危険です点の名前と人数のトリックで第3のゲームの男女殺しで散々
I'm pretty sure this sort of trick involving names and numbers of people caused you a lot of trouble with Nunch's murder in the 3rd game.
そうだな。
Good point.
あの時のトリック
That trick worked because 18 names given didn't match up with 18 people who actually
実
existed.
際に存在する18人が食い違うことで未知の人物が混入する余地を許していた。
Leaving room to add in an unknown person.
そういうことです
Exactly. And so I can't feel secure just by checking their locations by
でき
name.
ないわけですそこで私は全員という言葉を採用することにしました
That's why I used the word everyone.
この言葉はバトラさんの新しいトリックを未然に防ぐことさえできるのです
That word can prevent you from using a new trick they haven't even thought of.
なるほどな。
I see.
うまいやり方だぜ。
Pretty crafty of you. Fowler's playing a new trick like the one used for the murder of Nanju in the 3rd game, where the names and number of people would be used to create false alibis. Then even naming off all 17 people and checking positions of trace of uncertainty behind. And if you skillfully manage to slip somebody past the names and numbers of people.
例えばですが
For example,
この島に未知の暗殺者 X が紛れ込んでいる
let's say that an unknown assassin X is hunting the island.
仮にその X
Let's call him Puro Puro Pico Man.
まると名付けましょう
なるほどな。
I see.
全員の名を挙げ
Even
て
though that's everyone's names and check locations, this Puro Puro Pico man guy would fall outside the net.
そういうことです
Precisely.
この島には17
Even hearing there are only 17 people on the island, here are the locations of 17 people.
ここであるとされてもそれだけでは不十分なわけで
Is insufficient.
前科もあるわけですからね
There's already a precedent for it.
しかし全員というのはあまりに範囲の広すぎる
However,
言い方です
the word everyone is just too broad.
他の言い方で
Can you word it a little
うまく
differently?
言い直せないでしょうか
いやここで
No, if we run away from the word everyone here,
エリカはそれを根拠
there's a chance Eric will be able to use that as base for making Puro Puro Miko Man the culprit for everything.
逃れきかつての俺もお前との戦いで未知の18
My own fights with the also nailed several weirdos with no base other than the unknown person X.
全員という言葉の
That word everyone carries heavy significance.
よーく
Make sure you think very carefully first.
Eric wore a foe, but Eve was found, confident that she made a powerful move. Players on the witch side must eradicate all possibilities that would be possible for humans. If I don't crush any chance of the ridiculously named Proto Miko Man right now, he'll be used to explain everything the witch does. That was a move I like to use in my old games with Beto. At the very beginning of my fight, my counterattacks were all based on an unknown 19-person X. Because of that, it had been necessary to Beto to restrict the number of people on the island and eliminate any unknown person hiding somewhere. In that case, this time it's the same. So, just like Beto did, I need to get rid of any leeway in which that X can exist. The number of people on the island has already been declared, but since she's suspecting tricks involving names and number of people, saying the same thing again won't satisfy her. In that case, I have no choice but to respond to her repetition request and use the word everyone. That word has a disturbing ring to it. And though I haven't figured out yet, it feels like there's some sort of hypnotic killer move hidden with it. Damn, after insulting Vito so much, I think the witch side a huge advantage. I'm feeling this much pressure just from a single repetition request.
Destruction, right?
チェス用語のか
You mean the chess term?
Yes. It's a technique of putting pressure on an enemy piece, causing them to make them weaken their own position. I'm threatening you with the board and power piece toward everyone, pressuring you to move.
バトラさんにとってはこれによって生存者全員のアリバイが完全に保証され
This will be only able to perfectly guarantee the alibis for all the survivors.
以後の不可能犯罪を私に言い逃れさせないことが可能とな
I'll
る
probably make it possible you to trap me in the layer impossible crimes.
何を恐れますあなたにとって
What are you so afraid of? Shouldn't this be a powerful move for
じ
you?
ゃありませんか
しかしそれは
But it's a move that you're pressuring me to make.
お前はそれによって
Try to make me weaken my own position in some way.
そうとしている
どんな妙手も相手に望まれたなら
No matter how good a move seems, it's a bad move when it is the one that the opponent wants.
しかしここで
However, we are to avoid the word everyone here.
難しい
The red truth can cut the weak reasoning of the human side apart over and over. In the past, I feared its truthlessness. However, I quickly learned that it could be used as a basis for counterattack.
赤き真実は
The red truth is a secret weapon, a treasured sword.
ベアとの気持ち
I'm painfully aware of how Beetle felt. It can kill with ease, but it's not something to be used with abandon. Using it carelessly can corner the witch side instead.
どうします
What will you do?
交流でも
You can defer the decision if you want.
いや
No.
分かった
Okay, I acknowledge it.
それ以外の全員が
I acknowledge that everyone else is in the cousin's room.
Good!
ありがとうござい
Thank you very much, Valor-san.
実に美し
What a
く
beautiful, decisive move. Oh, I'm in trouble.
この状況
The lover and the witch would appear in this situation. Why, whoever could I suspect?
一体誰を疑えばいいのやら
She said she was in trouble. Her face didn't look troubled at all. On the contrary, she looked as though she had just succeeded in making a very important foundational move. In the witch's game, even a single mistake in move is fatal. You know the chess and shogi, you can't back a move once you made it. That elastic chain had left a bad aftertaste, as though flesh had been torn and bones broken. That should be enough to confirming everyone's position.
ゲームを進めてもらおうか
Shall we continue the game?
そうします
Yes, we shall.
ドラノール
Eleanor!
はいエリカ卿
Let's Lady Erika.
それでは早速始めま
Let's
しょ
get
う
started right away.
慈悲深い
This is a privilege our merciful game master has given us.
はい心得ております
Yes, understood.
バートルード
Gertrude, Cornelia.
3部屋許された権利のうちの2部屋分を行使します
We will use 2 rooms worth of 3 sets of seals we were given.
金帝 慎んで
For your attention.
了解するものなり
We hear and obey.
いとこ部屋と隣部屋を封印
See the kids are in the room next over.
これで犠牲者以外の
This
全
means
員
that everyone other than the victims have been sealed.
これ以降
Now what happens after this? Demons within this rooms,
封印の
within these rooms won't be a
問
problem.
題となりません
扉窓の封印により
By the seals on the doors and windows, the complete sealing of both the cousin's room and the next room over have been guaranteed.
For just an instant, that red longsword had appeared in Delanor's hand. She had been given permission to draw it, thanks to the red truth that she had finally gained. When the fight concerned these two sealed rooms from now on, Delanor would be able to use that merciless blade, the red key. This overwhelming power could slice even the Game Master in half. For a while, Erika and Delanor grinned at each other, entranced by the ruthless red light that was burned into their eyes.
定石補佐官
Senior aide,
謹んでお尋ね立てます
allow me to ask a question.
何か
What is it?
人間側プレイヤー
It is to my understanding that players on the human side are to interpret the problem posed by Witch as the work of humans.
あなたにそう
You are not mistaken.
なれば
Then why are Lady Erika and Supervisor Delanor
犯行の余地
fighting to lower the number of humans who can commit crimes?
Apparently this question is very simple. Those two had made this move boldly and treated it like a powerful one. So it almost seemed as though this move would greatly damage the witch. However you thought about it, Erika was strangling her own neck.
これより
We still don't know what sort of crime will occur in the future.
むしろ所在
But would it not be more advantageous to the humans if there were more people whose locations are not specified?
今は
Be advised that now is not yet the time, Lady or the Commander, to reveal their thoughts.
死後陳謝するものなり
I apologize for my idle chatter.
Apparently it looked like she wasn't satisfied. In the previous game, in order to help Kinzo escape from his study, Battler had made desperate efforts to crush his locked room using a variety of methods. As a result, Kinzo escaped into the darkness of the night, and later impossible treating her like an elusive phantom. In other words, locked rooms are advantageous to witches and disadvantageous to humans. Witches proposed locked rooms and humans destroyed and denied them. Those are meant to be a standard tactics of this game. And yet Erika created locked rooms herself, and sealed a foe with 11 people in them. In other words, it was the same as abandoning the right to use those 11 people, and explaining all the tricks later. Batter had also once sought to confirm the location of certain people. That had been to check whether certain pieces existed with which he could break locked rooms. A completely different situation. Why had Erika taken those 11 people, who were supposed to be her pieces, and sealed them in locked rooms? Cornell didn't have enough experience out of the field to understand this move, which only looked as though they were trapping themselves.
A disturbing move. What on earth is Erika planning?
攻撃とは限らねえさ。
It isn't necessarily an attack, it's the same in chess and shogi. Training the guard around your king is a valid strategy.
つまり
In other words, the surrounding two rooms are an attack, but
攻めく
defense?
そう考えるのが妥当だろうぜ。
That seems likely.
おかげで
Use that to start to lay a hand on the survivors.
第二の番が実行しにくく
It'll
な
be tough to carry out the second Twilight.
なるほど
Oh, I see.
魔女側は
Which had an advantage when more mysteries are presented.
そうだ。
Yeah.
何しろ
After all, if even one mystery goes unsolved, the witch wins.
多くの密室を提示した方が有利に戦える。
Using the locked room we present increase our advantage. The mysteries of the witch side set up are the equivalent to attacks. The human side must perfectly intercept all of those. It's almost like a penalty kick face-off, where conceding a single goal means defeat. So the witch side wants to increase its number of attacks. The human side wants to lower the number of attacks. And rather than fought on the human side, he hadn't thought of the survivors holding up in a room as being particularly useful. However, from the witch's side perspective, this strategy was simple but effective. What made Vito incredible was the way she bluffed and sneered and thought it was useless. On the inside, she wasn't very worried about how to break down all those barricades in each game. Right now, I'm sure of that.
なるほど。事件が発生できないよう
I
に
see.
守りを固める
So strength their guard to make it hard for a crime to occur is one way for the human side to fight.
しかし
However, that's a simple move.
あの名探偵フルド
That great detective Ferudo Erika wouldn't have looked so proud of herself after playing a move like that.
ほどの一手じゃない。
Would Erika be happy after playing a defensive move? Though this move looks as though she was restraining herself, it's also extremely unlikely that Erika, of all people, played a defensive move.
これはきっと守りじゃなく攻めなんだ。
I'm sure that this is an attack, not a move made for
どういう
defense.
攻撃か理解はできねえがな。
I don't know what kind of attack it is.
次は私たちの手番ですが
Next is our move. What shall we do?
とりあえず表向きは。奴は第一の
For the moment, she has, at least apparently, spent her turn on strengthening her guard to stop the second Twilight, instead of reasoning about the first Twilight.
おさば引け。
They push, pull back, they pull back, push.
ならこっちは
In that case, it's time for us to
攻めてい
attack.
くしかない。
しかしどう攻めればいいやら
But how should we
ゲ
attack?
ストハウスはかな
The
り
guest house is well
守りになってい
guarded.
ます
そうだな。
As it appears as though the entire area of the guest house is under Erika's control.
今やエリカの支配下に見える。しかしビショップやナイトのように敵陣に食い込むのを得意とする駒だっていろいろ。
There's certain pieces, like bishops and knights, whose specialty is cutting behind enemies' lines. Alice snapped his fingers and a single gold butterfly appeared from the darkness. Then flew up to the chessboard, trailing gold dust behind it. And landed out the sound. Then transformed into a black piece representing the witch's darkness.
X-ray
X-ray.
もチェス用語だ。
That's also a chess term.
はい
Yes.
一見
It's when a square seems to be under an enemy's
敵の支配下
control.
に見えますが実際は自分の駒が十分に影響力を効かせていることを見透かして
But you observe that your own pieces do actually exert enough influence. So you attack. It's a high-level technique.
エリカ生存者を全て密閉し次なる
Do you really believe that you can defend against my next attack just by sewing up all the survivors?
それは甘い考えだ。
That's a naive idea. Battle race is new black piece high. Sorry, with single open space deep behind enemy lines.
どう
How will you handle it?
これが俺の
This is my response.
Now you finally stretch out my wings. First off, let's take a midnight stroll of the mansion.
が潜んでいるかもしれない不気味な屋敷に
You would take a stroll in the middle of the night to an eerie mansion where a killer might be hiding.
盛況な御人です
You must be very eccentric.
とんでもない。
By no
よう
means.
やく
I'd wait a long time to be free like this.
今の私はプール授業の後の自由時間みたいに
I feel like it's free time after a swimming lesson.
Now that burnt Castell was nowhere in sight, Erika was gaining her high spirits. She wasn't exaggerating when she said she could spread her wings. Bella knew that she was staking her own destruction on this game. And she was not in a favorable position by any means. Donna could do nothing but assist Erika so that she could fight to the best of her abilities.
よし
Alright.
ゲストハウス
The locks on the first floor of the guest room
完璧ですね
are perfect.
玄関もちゃんとチェーンロックで封じられています
The entrance is sealed up with a chain lock.
Before leaving the guest house, Erika did a check on the first floor, making sure that nothing was out of place. Then she found a flashlight and an umbrella in the servant room next to the entrance.
では参りましょう
Then let us go.
え
Yes.
まずは6
We
人
have to at
の
least
死ぬくらいは
check the cause of death for all six.
She unstood the chain, unlocked the door, and opened it. The freezing outside air poured in.
風はだいぶあるよ
It appears to be quite windy still.
まあこの体など
Well, this body's just a cage of flesh to me.
濡れようが冷
I
えよ
don't care if it gets wet or
うがどう
cold.
でもいいことです
Does that mean I can have the umbrella? Now,
行きましょう
let's go.
When Erika dropped her gaze over her umbrella, she noticed something lying at her feet.
これはいつもの手紙
It's one of the usual letters.
It was one of those letters sent by the witch, with the seal of the one-winged eagle on it. It had been wedged under the outside mat in front of the entrance. As though someone had predicted that Erika would actually come this way while heading for the mansion. Due to the gas house with large eaves, the envelope had avoided the rain entirely.
早速来ましたね
So it's here already.
まるで待ち受けていたかのように
Almost as though it was waiting for me.
She bent over and picked it up, then tore it open recklessly, pulled the letter inside out of it. The message had been written in neat handwriting.
ようこそフルドエリカ様
Welcome, Furudo Erika-sama, it says.
やれや
Oh, so it's calling
私を
me
流し
by my name?
完全に読まれた
They totally saw this coming.
内容は何です
What does it say? It's an advance notice of a crime. Well, post factum notice, technically.
後ろ宮バトラの死体をお預かりしたそうです
Apparently, they've taken Ushiromiya Battle's corpse.
どうぞ探して
Asked me to try looking for it.
とか言ってます第二の晩のより
So this isn't the tear apart the two who are close of the second Twilight.
まあ死体が消失する云々はベアとのゲームでも何度かあり
Well, disappearing corpses happen a few times in Bito's games, Steel.
それほど真理
There's nothing really new about this.
Necker shrugged and scorned the letter. However, this letter was a real attack. All the survivors were still in the room on the second floor. And, after Kraus and the others had gone around checking doors and windows, Erika personally made sure there was nothing at the spots. So this was an attack saying that someone who shouldn't exist had placed the letter and that this someone was a witch. That was also an attack that the OBO would often use.
やれやれ
Huh?
見
Sheesh.
せ方も同じなら
If the same way you show it is the same, please tell me that the actual trick is in the same too.
ドラノール
Eleanor,
バトラを呼び
please
出して
call Valor here.
了解です。
Understood.
バトラ卿、当方の手番を所望です。
Lord Valor, we wish to take our turn.
了解だ。
Got it.
受けて立つぜ。
Let's have at it.
申し訳ありません。
I'm so very sorry. I actually don't have a new move to announce.
実は謝
The
罪
truth is, this is an apology.
一つ
Something I need to apologize for.
ないことがありまして
Apologize. Valor and Beeto's eyes went wide. However, though Erika said that she wanted to apologize, she had a confident look on her face as though even that apology would be a new move. So Valor looked at her dubiously, without letting his guard down.
例の遡っての封印につい
It's
て
about those retroactive seals. I actually already sealed one place.
それのご報
Apologies for taking so long to report this to you.
お詫びしたいと思います
すでに封印して
You
いた
already sealed something?
つまり
In other words, you already used up all the 3 rooms worth?
3部屋分を使い切っていたということか。
Yes.
直ちに報告する
I promised I'd report right away, but I completely forgot to just now.
うっかり失念して心よりお詫びいたします
You have my sincere apologies.
心より詫びてる顔には全く見えねえぜ。ま
You don't
あ、
look like someone who's sincerely apologizing. Oh, that's fine.
俺が許したけ
I'm
ど。
the one who gave you that privilege.
それで、
So,
いつ
where and when did you place the seals?
ドラノール
Eleanor,
ご報告申し上げます。
allow me to report.
エリカ卿による
Valor's guest room was sealed at the time Lady
バトラの客室
Lady
を
Erika's inspection of the corpse.
ご報告申し上げます。
Beetle trying to let it show on her face. Erika didn't miss her eyebrows twitching slightly and her gaze flicking over to Valor.
本来なら5つの密室すべてに封印を施したかったところなのですが回数
I would have liked to seal all 5 of the rooms, but I didn't have enough duct tape.
ゲームマスターのあなたに敬意を表してバトラさんの死体の部屋だけを
Out of respect to the game master, I sealed only the room with Valor's son's corpse.
ご丁寧に
So you were kind enough to close the lid on my coffin. Thank you so much.
つい先ほど思い出しましたもので
I remembered a short while ago.
屋敷に到着しあなたの死体の客室を調べるときにご報告すればいいかと思っていました
I remembered a short while ago. I was planning to tell you when we reached the mansion of escape the guest room with your corpse in it.
しかしこの手紙の登場で急ぎご報告した方がいいと思いまして
どうしてそう思うのですか？
What did you think?
いい
Well,
え何しろ
after all, Balor's son has been playing this game not knowing that his corpse is still in the guest room.
客室が封印されてることを知らずにゲームを進めてたわけですからそれによってひょっとしたら
Plus that, I thought, Possibly.
この登場
That might change things regarding the appearance of this
話
letter.
が変わってくる可能性もあるかなとそう思いましていとこ部屋と隣部屋を封
The
印
cousin's room and the next room over are currently sealed.
事後報告で申し訳ないですが
Sorry for the late report, but the guest room with your corpse in it is also sealed.
ですそして島にはエリカ卿を抜いて
And there are 17 people on the island, excluding Lady Erika.
18人目の存在は過去のゲームですでに否定済みです
The existence of an 18th person has already been denied in a previous game.
となると手紙を受ける人物
So when I thought about the person who could have placed the letter and erased their corpse,
ひょっとして
I thought that maybe
話も変わった
just maybe things might be different.
と思いました
Erika laughed nastily while staring in Balor's eyes to see if he was panicked or disturbed.
バトラさ
Battler-san.
Stay calm.
エリカの報告が遅くなっただけの話だ。
Erika just made a report a little bit late.
何も焦ることなどない。
There's nothing to be nervous about. Erika suspected it since the beginning. It was possible that Balor actually hadn't been killed or was still alive. And if he was alive, the letter that suddenly appeared was easy to explain, even though other survivors were sealed up. Doesn't Ibito's agitation. Maybe Erika's guessed him and right on the mark. Balor had been laid dead and someone misled Erika's examination. And then, when everyone holed up in the guest house, he had snuck out of the guest room. He had placed a letter about the disappearance of his own corpse at the entrance to the guest house. Then he had gone into hiding. If this was the truth, then the seals that had been placed on Balor's guest room at the time of Erika's examination were now very significant. In short, if he had used this trick, then Balor would have broken the seals when he left his guest room. Or the trick would not be workable without breaking the seals. Since the survivors were all still in the guest house, bringing a seal in the guest room would mean acknowledging that at least one of the victims was actually alive. If Balor had known about the seals earlier, it was likely that he would have advanced the game in a very different way to avoid this. In other words, very likely that an announcement of the seals would have a large effect on the rest of Balor's game. Erika was saying if Balor, playing the part of a corpus, had remained inside the guest room to avoid breaking the seals, then perhaps the plot would not have included this letter. The truth was that Balor was actually alive and placed the letter there. Then, now that Erika's seal had come into play, there's a chance that he would find a contradiction in his trick somewhere down the line. That sort of contradiction is called a logic error.
ロジックエラー
A logic error?
今回の物語
I think we heard about that really early on in the story.
聞いた気がする魔女側が
It's an illegal move. The creation was form of error, and one that the witch side must never commit.
あ思い出したわ
I remember.
物語の
There's something of the two sides of the tale not matching and creating a contradiction.
とか言ってたわね伏せたカップの中に
Do you remember the part about magic for making candy appear inside an overturned cup?
ええ
Yeah?
マリアお姉ちゃん
Maria One-chan and Erika were fighting about
それを
that.
巡って論争したわねあれはお姉ちゃんが目を閉じている間にカップの中に
It's just a sleight of hand when somebody's in the candy cup on it.
単純な手品だった
One-chan had her eyes closed.
そうだ
That's right. So Maria didn't observe the process of the trick and was only given the results.
結果のみが与えられる魔法でカップの中に飴玉が現れたとする魔法元素を受け入れたから
She accepted the magical fantasy. The candy appeared by magic inside the cup, and magic was established.
そうか ロジックエラー
Okay, so a logic error would be
不可能になってしまった手品という
a trick that has become impossible. Thinking back, the time when Erika and Maria fought fiercely about this magic with the red and blue truth was really the opening battle of this tale. Let's try to remember that exchange. The heartless conclusion was that it had all been a trick. May the candy appear in the cup by magic had been nothing more than Bito's claim. Magic can only do things that one can accomplish. In other words, the only results that magic can leave behind are those that can be accomplished without magic. Allow me to say it straight out. There are two general types of magic. If you summon giants and make towers grow from the ground. But when the lid is taken off, nothing's happening in the rose garden. That's one type of magic. That is just fantasy and illusion. It's a lie with no observers, taking place only where there is absolutely no anti-magic toxin, to use the words of a witch. Magic doesn't have to produce a result, it's the easiest kind, and it is a lie. It is the same as a worthless delusion, a fantasy, a daydream. Even Battler saw through it partway through the third game. Then there's another kind of trick, which you might call true magic. Magic with results. The cup trick is an example of magic with results, because the observer checks and actually confirms the cup is empty. A candy does appear inside the cup, and the observer is actually able to obtain that candy. I've noticed that, unlike the magic of illusions, magic with results must follow one big rule. That rule is that only the unobserved process of what you accomplish can be transformed into magic. I'll say even more plainly and ruthlessly. In short, all forms of magic are tricks. The only results of magic are things that can be accomplished without magic. Ironically, this also proves that magic doesn't exist. Out of respect for the witch's game, let's call it making the game solvable and fair for the human player. This time around, the candy in the cup is a mysterious letter that appeared in front of Erika. In other words, it has to be a trick, a sleight of hand. They claim that the witch said the letter there by magic. Oni-chan is trying to create magic with results. Correct. All the survivors are still within the locked rooms of the guest house. It's possible about this suddenly appearing letter and say that was trick magic, and only a witch could have placed it there. But even so, it must be a possible trick in the end. In order to break through the trick with the candy in the cup, Erika countered with the blue truth, saying that the candy had been stuck in there while Maria's eyes were closed. That was a correct answer, so Maria hadn't had any red that she could use. But what if she had used it? For example, if Maria had used the red truth at that time to say, until Maria lifted the cup up, the locked room of the overturned cup was reserved. The red truth can only be used for the truth, right? You could lie with it. It'd be a massive violation of the rules. True. Telling your own trick with the red truth is a large violation of the rules. However, if you switch over to another trick that doesn't violate that red truth, although slightly unfair, that red truth is admissible. So in that case, in order to avoid contradicting the red truth that the locked room inside the cup was preserved, Which side would immediately propose a different trick combined with that red truth?
証拠を突きつけられて
Like the excuse of a politician when he keeps backtracking as new evidence is shown to him.
そうだ
Yes. Well, for a red like this, she might be able to get away with some painful excuse.
でも言い逃れられようテーブルに仕掛
Maybe
け
there's some device in the tape, or maybe it was a trick cup with a fake
こ
bottom.
の手品用カップだったとかしかしもし
But there's possibly been night in red beforehand, they would not work either.
でも赤で否定があったならそれも通用しない赤き真実が多ければ多いほど言い逃れの余地をなく
The more red truths there are, the harder it is to talk your way out.
In actuality, the candy had been put in the cup while Maria's eyes were closed. However, if, when Erika saw through that, Maria used the red truth to say that the locker of the cup had been preserved, the witch would have to rush and revise the narrative to a new trick that still worked logically after that new red truth. Revising scenario is an unfair move that would never be allowed in mysteries. However, the very act of revising scenario takes place inside the witch's head, which is an unobservable world. So she claimed that she'd been using the trick with the fake bottom cup from the beginning, and no one could deny that. So, even if it really was a trick done with, well, One-Chan's eyes were closed. As long as the witch leads herself a way out, she can even switch between truths, i.e. tricks. Rather than calling this action allowed to a witch, it would probably be better to say that it was only allowed for the game master, the one who creates and writes. But even still, the new trick must not be contradicting any of the previously stated red truths. If the red truth makes it so that the trick no longer makes logical sense, then there will be a mismatch between the two sides of the story, the illusory result that the game master claims was done by magic and the true result that is brought about by the trick. There could be a contradiction and things will no longer make logical sense. We call this a logic error. That means the destruction of the witch's game.
人間に説明可能なゲームがこの世界
This world is a game that is possible to explain with humans.
すなわち
In other words, it must be possible for all magic to have been done by tricks
可能
instead.
なようになっていなければならないトリックで不可能だったら人間側は打つ手なしのステイルメイト
It's possible to do with tricks and the human side has no move and get a stalemate.
いいや違う
No, that's
そ
wrong.
れこそが
That's precisely the fatal worst possible legal move known as a logic
致
error.
命的かつ最悪の反則手だこれを魔女側が犯した場合
If the side commits such an error, the game is instantly destroyed and they suffer a fatal
致
defeat.
命的敗北となるお兄ちゃんは多分エリカにトリックをカンパされ
Erika has probably seen through to Oni-chan's trick.
探偵権限のないエリカは検視ができない
Now that the detective's authority, Erika can perform a proper examination of the corpses.
それを理由に
This is that can even play dead, signing out of the guest room and place a letter at the entrance of the guest house.
ゲストハウスの玄関に手紙を置いたしかしバトラが許した遡って
However, because Valor was so overtly gracious in giving out these retroactive seals, things went wrong.
お兄ちゃんのバカ
Stupid One-chan.
まだ現時点では狼狽するほどではあるまい
Panic isn't unwarranted at present.
客室の封印が健在かどうかはまだ赤き真実で確定していない
It says he's satisfied with the red truth that the seals around the guest room are intact.
封印を破る
He is free to break the seals.
破らぬなら
If he does not, then he can probably have it so that someone other than Balor was alive and swap them in as the person who placed the letter.
そうね
That's right. It's not just Oni-chan.
お母さんたちの
That the corpses haven't been confirmed dead with the red truths either.
確定していない実はみんな
So far, there wouldn't be any problems that they were all faking it.
まだ全然問題ないわそうだ
Exactly. It's not yet the stage to get flustered.
要はエリカの封印と手紙を置くトリック
He only has to change his moves so that Erika's seals and placement of the letter don't contradict each other.
矛盾なく他の筋書きに変更するのゲームマスターに許された手の
And revising the plot without contradiction is one of the moves available to the game master.
しかし
However, taking a scenario one has imagined revising it partway through can sometimes create flaws in the tale.
物語に歪みを与えることもある
まだ第一の番号を追いかけている段階であまりに痛恨の一手。どうやら自陣深くに駒を
It would seem that Balor was the one with an enemy PC inside his lines.
この紛れ込んだ一
His enemy piece would probably cause him pain and discomfort with each step from now on, like a pebble caught in one shoe.
この一粒の小石バトラーを殺すやもしれん。
The singing pebble might kill Balor.
まだロジックエラーと言える
This still isn't quite a logic error.
それに
We are at fault for the delay in reporting that. We had to seal the room
それに
retroactively.
報告が遅れたこちらにも過失があります。ですから
So I have no problem with letting Balor and retroactively rewrite the plot concerning this letter.
バトラさんも遡って筋書きを書き直してくださっても結構ということです。
遡って書き直すとは
Retroactively rewrite the plot.
なるほどな。
I see.
俺がこの手紙を
If I place a letter there, then that would be impossible as soon as I was still in the locked room.
それは不可能だ。となると
In which case, his letter shouldn't have appeared there.
ここに現れてはいけないことになる。
そうです。
Correct.
ですから
So I thought you should have the chance to revise that small contradiction.
どうかしてもらえたらと思います。
今私たちは
We have discovered the letter here.
を発見しました。それをなかった
We are saying that we do not mind if you want to undo that, or if you want to use a revised scenario.
結構ということです。
Balor, please fucking do something like that.
ただ手紙とガムテープがあるだけで
All it takes is a present letter and some duct tape.
フルドエ
And a move like this becomes trivial for Rudo Erika.
可能です。いかがです
Your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen?
Damn, what a dirty move. Oh, what else should I expect from Erika? And I also made a promise down to her, play an all-out and merciless game. Yeah, it's true. I've been planning to make Balor actually be alive. And then have him slip out of the guest room, resolving his disappearance and placement of the letter. However, when I just narrowed down my move's been spotted. He'll be saying admitting that it was spotted. Even if I have to be stubborn about it, I don't want to admit that I was seen through. Don't acknowledge a pathetic plot change when I try to sneak out of the guest room and end up breaking the seal. I want to change over to different tricks so the letter will be placed and my corpse will be hidden. Doesn't really have to be me who places that letter.
But Balor-san, if you can place the letter somehow, how are you going to make your corpse vanish afterwards?
教室はどうするのですか。客室は密
The guest room is sealed.
密室から死体
If you want to find a trick to erase the corpse in the locked room right now, a logic error will occur.
ロジックエラーを起こします。
まだ
I still have time.
ギリギリまで考える。
Let me think until the last second. You're betting that the logic error is Erika's preferred outcome for the game from the start? Neither her nor Burn Castell have cared in the least about actually solving the mystery. I mean, at this point, it is very much more so about fucking over Balor completely and utterly. Damn it. With a painful laugh, Balor unconsciously scratches his head.
とにかく
And
この
anyway,
手紙はそのままで。
we'll leave the letter like this.
はい、すみ
You
ません。
can't say, oh, sorry about that. Having the guest room still makes a big contradiction. I'll advise my move.
今さら言えるか。コントロール
You mentioned that she caught me.
同じことだ。
Ah,
天井裏に隠れ
I
て
feel like a ninja hiding above the ceiling.
蹴取られて。
Though I was noticed and stabbed by a spirit, and I just withstand the pain, wipe up the blood, and act as though nothing happened.
痩せ我慢でいい。
False courage works well enough.
ここは痛みを蹴取られたらまずいんだ。
I can't let her know that this one hurt.
バトラさん
Balor-san,
なあベアト、
Hey, Beto.
今の俺どんな
What does my face look like right now?
きっとかつて俺との
There's the same impression you had when I managed to hit you where it hurts in the past.
ああいう表情を浮かくそ
Damn it. You couldn't think of anything to say. Useless words of comfort only get in the way of Balor's thinking now.
かつてのお前なら
What would the old you do?
俺を散々苦しめてきた密室の
The old you who created all the locked rooms that tormented me so much in the past.
どんなトリックで密室から俺の死
What kind of trick would she use to erase my corpse from a locked room? Beto trembled and groaned. The old her had been an expert at locked room tricks. If only that memory, that power could revive, she would have helped Balor. There's still time to think. There's still time. Nice going, Erika. That was a dirty move. God, Battler, you fucking... I don't want that achievement! The steals, you fucking... Battler, why did you let her do retroactive shit, you dumbass?